Hello everyone, it is Susan here. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do some stitching. It has been, well, the last thing I worked on was in January. But the last time I did a crafty chit chat and slow stitching video, I think was in December. So it's been 4 months or a little bit more than 4 months at this point. And yeah, so I have an easy project and I'm just going to kind of give you an update on, I don't know, life. And yeah, so I did want to share with you that I did sew this. So there's a video from last week, I guess it was, about how to, like, this was I made this as a cover for a journal, it's all fabric, and I decided to sew the two sides, the two sides, well actually the top and the bottom, but it actually goes like this. Well, it's supposed to go like this because there's a girl here, so to have her the right way it would go like this, but I have a pocket up top here, so I have different cutouts of flowers. And so I did this because I wasn't using this as a journal cover, but I will use it right now as an ephemera holder. And so this right here, this lace with the ribbon, those are actually, I sewed on there to be the closure of the journal, but since I'm not using it as a journal, I decided to just, I was going to originally cut them off, but I'm like, well, I could still use this as a journal in the future because the stitching that I did on the two ends can easily be pulled out. And then this way, if I do end up using it as a journal cover, I still have the lace enclosure on the front and the back of it. So I did, like I say, I did go ahead and so this is done, and we're going to do the same thing with this. So that's what we're going to work on today. And yeah, so let me, so what this is, let me show you in case you didn't see my other video where I explained this stuff, was, let me just kind of move my camera a little bit too. All right, so this was a project that I had worked on in 2022, and I decided to also make this as a pouch for ephemera. So all I'm going to do, because it's one long piece, is just fold it in half. I'm going to go ahead and pin it, and then I'm going to sew the bottom and the side, and then I'll have my pocket up there. But I do want to hold it in place, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and yeah, just so it doesn't move around. I am going to use my pearl thread, which I normally do when I'm stitching, and it's size 8. And look at this, I'm almost to the end of this spool. How cool is that? All right, so it doesn't really end in the exact right spot, but I'm going to go with it because once I have stuff inside, it's going to kind of bunch out a little bit anyway, so I think it's going to work out perfectly. But I'm going to go ahead and start stitching, and we're going to chat just a little bit. I'm just making one stitch like inside the pouch, so to speak, just to hide that knot. And I think I'll just do a simple you know, over stitch, oops, on the end. So come on, this yellow piece needs to go inside. Okay, now here we go. We got it now. We got it now. I just have to make sure I go up far enough that I catch both the back and the front of this. That's the only thing I have to really watch out for. And I'm not even going to pull it real tight, and I'm going to put the stitches not real close together, and I think that that's going to be fine because it's going to have paper in it. There's not any weight to what's going on the inside, so I don't need something super strong. And again, someday, if I decide I want to take this out, I can. So I'm just doing it easy. Oh, come on. And loose. Yep. So I'm not pulling them tight at all. Yeah. So, all right. So, I don't know. Let me give you, I guess, an update. I did do a video of, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago when I came back to YouTube because, you know, I took like a 4-month break. And so I guess I'll just give another quick little update because there is a video that when I came back, I kind of explained why I, you know, took a break. But I'll just do that real quick, just in case you guys haven't watched that video of mine. And so kind of, well, basically, like, so every once in a while, I take a break from YouTube and even social media sometimes. Like, I just totally disconnect for a few months from Facebook and Instagram. If I go on there once a week, that's a lot. I almost never go on Instagram anymore. But, yeah, and I also do take breaks from recording videos. And my thought process is this. If it becomes a chore to make a video, then I shouldn't be making the video, right? Because this is all about fun. I like talking to you guys, and I like getting caught up with you guys, and yeah. So I guess things, you know, every once in a while, they just kind of can get to you, right? And so I guess that's what happened in December. I mean, it wasn't anything specific. Like, there's not anything I can say, oh yeah, well, such and such happened and that was it. But there's nothing like that. I just knew that I needed a break, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break. I mean, it does do a number on your channel because when you don't have activity, it's not good for your channel growth and stuff like that. So I did lose some subscribers. So, hey, that's a good segue. If you are not subscribed to my channel, can you please hit that subscribe button? Yeah. And so anyways, thank you for that. And so, I mean, it's not good in that respect where, you know, it affects your, you know, views as far as, you know, people knowing that you put a video up or putting it as a recommended video, you know, kind of puts you at the back of the line. And, well, that's okay because, again, I don't want to make videos if I feel like I need a break. So that's what happened. And then I was still doing some crafting. Like I said, I was sewing and finishing up my December daily. So I was still crafting just a little bit, even though I was not making videos. But then on February 1st, my father passed away, and it's all good. It's fine. He was 91 years old and had a wonderful life, and yep, so it's okay. And but that did set me back, right? So at that point now I can't even craft, right? I can't, I'm nothing. I'm just, you know, so it took me a while to get to the point where I felt any bit of craftiness in my blood. And the reason why it did come back was because I went to, it's like a bed and a breakfast place for crafters, and it's in Pennsylvania. And I went with 3 friends, crafty friends, and that's what got me back into crafting, except I came back and I am in the mood now to work on journals, which I've done many times before. It's not new to me. But, you know, I'm not going to be doing a lot of stitching because of that. Every 2 or 3 years, I tend to change what I'm interested in. And, yep, it's just time. And there's nothing wrong with that either. So now I'm into making journals and, you know, not even so much making the journal itself, but, well, I guess it is, but, you know, just more into just playing with the papers and the glue and the paints and the sprays and the pastes and all that stuff. So I kind of basically swapped out what's on my main desk. I have 2 desks here in my craft room. And so on my main desk, I had a lot of fabric stuff. And so I switched it out and put that stuff over on my other desk. And I took out, over the past couple weeks, I would say, I've been taking out my journal stuff. So I have some stuff downstairs in my basement. And then, yeah, so, and then as I started doing that, you know, then I'm like realizing how much, you know, how many ink pads I have and how much paint I have. And so now I've gone through my ink pads and my acrylic paints to see what is no longer good, right? Because you have stuff for a certain amount of time and it dries up. So I've actually discarded a whole bunch of dried up acrylic paints as well as dried up ink pads. So, yeah, so, you know, one thing turns into another and turns into another. It can't just be a simple thing with taking stuff out to play with. No, no, no. It's like I have to organize it all again, which is fine, because I like to organize. It's one of my favorite things to do. And, yeah, so I've been doing that. And, you know, I have some projects. I'm just going to knot this off on the inside. So that's how easy that was. So if you have anything, even paper, like made out of paper, that you can turn into an ephemera holder, definitely go ahead and do it, you know? I mean, yeah, if you're not using it, right? Okay, so that is that. Easy peasy. And now I have a place to put more ephemera, right? You know, whatever it might be. Now I could definitely, excuse me, you know, add some lace and stuff on here, but you know, everybody, I'm just trying to keep it simple. But now I have something that I can use instead of it sitting on my shelf. And I can always undo what I just did if need be. And now as I cut out more images from the new books that I got at the thrift shop last week, which was also a video of me sharing those books that I got a few days ago. But yeah, so that's done. So it's kind of like, I'm like trying to finish some projects. So that's the other thing I'm trying to do, is just finish some projects. So as I was getting the stuff out for my journal making, I noticed like I had, I don't know, 5 or 6 different journals that were almost done. And so I have taken them out and I'm going to finish them, and I have a video for that as well. Just check, like last week I posted a whole bunch of videos, and these are the videos I'm talking about. So just look at my videos from last week and you'll see all these videos I'm talking about. And and I found one more though. So this actually makes 6, I think. And so what this is, and I made this, I can't tell you how many years ago. It could be, I don't know, 6, 8 years ago. That's how long it's just been sitting. So all it is a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock that I cut in half. Then I glued them together, so I have a nice little accordion going on here. And this is Heidi Swap pattern paper. And I had all this, even this, all cut out already. All I need to do is glue these onto every page, right? And then I even have them in the order, I guess. Kind of looks like I have them in order of, oh, I have 2 papers here. I can feel it. But I don't have to do that. I can always mix them up. But anyways, so I'm going to glue those on, and then that will give me a fun little journal. You know, I'm kind of thinking maybe photos at some point. Yeah, something like that. But all of this is ready to roll. Rock and roll for years now. So I pulled it out, and I'm adding this to my list to get done. So these 5 to 7 journals that I need to finish, my plan is to get them done by the end of the summer. So if anybody wants to join in with me, you can. You know, it's not a collaboration or anything, but I would just ask for you to, you know, tag me. And you can do that at Susan Hiles Art. And it tells me, I'm pretty sure it tells me that there was a mention that someone mentioned me. I kind of remember that happening. So anyway, that's if you make if you make videos on YouTube. But you don't have to do that, right? You just do. I would love for you to get some projects done that you've had for a long time, and we can encourage one another. So you know, you can comment, and I'll certainly reply to you, and we can encourage one another. But this is the next project I'm going to work on. I have just a few pages left at the end. I already pulled out stuff I want to put onto the pages, and it's basically just glue and go. So this is what's going to happen next. So with all of that being said, my camera is shaking. Sorry, I just hit my desk. So anyway, yeah, so that's it for today's Crafty Chit Chat and slow stitching. And yeah, so just stay tuned for other stuff, because I told myself I was going to do 1 video a week, and then last week I posted, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos in 1 week. I don't know. So who knows what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of going with the flow, and when I feel like making a video, I make the video. So let me know if you have any questions about anything. Let me know if you're going to kind of do this same thing, because why have it sit there? Use it. Find a way to use what you have. If you have a journal cover made out of paper, you could do the same thing, right? Just glue the ends together, right? Easy peasy. But that's it. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I pray that you have a blessed week. All right, bye-bye, everybody.